Hey, what's up? We back with another video. Hey man, I just parked up. Excuse me if it's a little loud out here. It's a bunch of trucks that's idling. I'm at a Love's, right? I'll try to walk in between this so y'all can try to hear me. I want to make a quick video though, man. A topic that I think is good for people just jumping in. Y'all know I like to cater to y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you just getting in, you trying to figure out what you got to do to survive out here, man. And I'm here to tell you. Yes, sir, I'm here to tell you. As I said in my last video, the one thing you can't do, you know what I'm saying? The one thing you don't want to do is be caught eating that place right there. How I get to it? That one right there, McDonald's. Hey man, you do that, you're gonna hurt yourself. All right. But no, I did want to make this video about you new to driving. It might be your first week. It might be your first day. You know, it might be your first hour on the job. And I just wanted to give some tips about things that are good best practices to do while you out here on the road. Because to be honest, even when you get out of training, for instance, for new drivers, TMC training is about 5 weeks. But even when you get out of training, there's going to be things that you just don't know. Or things that only maybe the road can teach you, or being by yourself can teach you, all right? But the one thing I do want to tell you guys and encourage you to do is to ask questions. Ask questions, take your time, be patient, and really just learn what it is that you're doing. A lot of times when we're new to something, we like to be very prideful in terms of not asking questions. We want to look like we know, but to be honest, most guys who've been driving, you can tell when somebody new. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when somebody new. You know, you pull up to a parking spot, it takes 40 minutes to back into a spot, you know? You just got the new look on your face. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me what the new look is. It's that face you got on right now. That's what it is. You remember in high school and in middle school and elementary, you know, I should say more so high school, right? When you, the year just started out and the freshmen come in, and you know they freshmen, why? Because they got the little lanyard on, you know, their little school badge on, and got their name on it. And while the guys who, you know, 10 year, they've been there for a little while, they're looking like, look at this guy. You know what I'm saying? So in sense, you kind of get a little, as you get more experience, you get a little more swag about yourself. You know what I'm saying? A little more swagger. You know what I mean? But to say the least, you know, make sure that you are asking questions, because there's going to be things you don't know. And it's much better to not know and ask than to not know and assume. Because if you assume, you not only can hurt yourself, but you can hurt somebody else. So always ask questions, always take your time. Don't be afraid. One thing I like to do is I always like to talk to other drivers, because not only am I trying to learn about the driving, but I'm also trying to learn about the industry. Sometimes even with shippers and consignees and things like that, like these, you gotta think about it. These guys see drivers all day, every day, and for the most part, you know, drivers don't really have a lot of charisma or conversation when it comes to talking to the forklift drivers, or maybe, you know, the people inside. You know, ask them how their day is going. You know, ask them little questions that may be able to help you get some more knowledge in a particular area. For instance, when I go to these different places, I'm always asking questions, trying to get a little insight on something. Even when I stop, I may see another owner operator. I may see somebody hauling something or something like that. And, you know, I ask them a question, and you can tell by the way they respond to your question whether or not they really want to answer your questions or not. And a lot of times, you know, if they don't want to answer your questions or if they act in a certain way, keep it pushing, you know. Keep it pushing. It ain't gonna do me nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got a little funky ass attitude. You know what I mean? But you get that sometimes on the road. A lot of drivers, they driving because they don't want to talk to no damn body. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that deter you or stop you from asking questions and from finding solutions to your problems. It may be questions with your clock. It may be questions with your just driving habits. Maybe best practices on the road. What do you do in these situations? Hey, why did you go with drive-in? Why did you go with reefer? Why did you go with step deck? Why did you do? Because the truth is, if you don't have a lot of resources already that are in the trucking industry, what you learn is going to come from experience and from asking questions. So that's why I say ask questions, because you'll find people who are willing to talk to you and who are willing to help you navigate through this thing. You want to have a plan. You really don't want to just get out here just to drive, just to be driving. I mean, if that's what you enjoy doing, then by all means do what you enjoy doing. But have a plan when you come out here. It's just like anything. When you go, when I was in corporate America and I would go to the job, you get on the job and you have to understand that promotion, all of that stuff is all about networking, who you know, and how people remember you. So a lot of times when talking to people and things like that, that's really what can be a life-changing, one conversation can change your life. You may talk to somebody and give you insight on something that you never thought about or that you never knew, or maybe you find out how easy it is to, easy or hard it may be for you to become an owner-operator or to do a different role within driving. You never know. But as a new guy, I definitely encourage you all to ask questions, to be attentive, to really, you know, get familiar with the consignees, the shippers, the different routes, the roads, the freight lines, freight lanes, things like that. So yeah, man, ask questions as a new guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. All right. That's all I wanted to talk about, man. You know, I ain't got nothing else to say. You know, unless y'all just want to look at me for the next, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, but look, I'm out of here. Till we meet again, it's your boy, SOLOLANE.